How's everybody doing? And where are you tuning in from? Where are you guys in this wonderful world? I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. It is not too cold today. So my feet are freezing though. That's why that noise in the background. I have my heater on my feet. South Dakota, Nevada, Jacksonville. Yay! Michigan. Awesome. All over the world. I'm excited about this short little topic I'm going to share today because I've never planned out my year, guys. I am a very big squiggle circle all over the place. I'm not a good goal setter and I'm not a good planner. But I will tell you guys that, like, seriously, my leaders know me enough to tell you that if I want to start a training, like, I will announce it today and I'll plan it tonight. That's how I function, and I'm pretty good at it. But my passion planner has kind of brought some squareness to me. So this has been awesome for kind of time blocking and re-evaluating each month. And I understand at this point now where I have to get better at this. So, you know, as we become leaders in doTERRA, we start to realize that we suck at different areas and we have to improve ourselves. So that's kind of what I've been doing this last year. And I've been better at planning, and I've been better at, you know, asking for help. That's another really bad thing. I'm not good at asking for help at all. I will do everything myself because I know I can get it done, and I know I don't have to rely on anybody. Isn't that terrible? I know I can get it done, so I just do it. But that's really doesn't bring teamwork to the team. So this topic today, oh, I didn't introduce myself. I'm sorry. My name is Jackie Ritz. I am a Blue Diamond in doTERRA, a network marketing professional. And I pop on here, I try to pop on here at least 3 to 5 times a week and just talk business. So follow me if you are not following me. Maybe somebody shared with you. And if you find value in this, always feel free to share it with your teams. My Periscope has never been about recruitment for me. It's always just about giving back to the doTERRA community and all you amazing people out there who are busting ass, yes, I said ass, and doing amazing things. So this is my way to give back. And I'm not awesome. So there's really a lot of awesome Periscopers as well that pop on here. So if anyone ever is complaining that you don't have mentoring, then I've got some really good Periscope handles that I could offer to you, and you will find at least somebody once a day is popping on here to mentor. So today I want to kind of talk about, and I did this kind of topic with my, oh, thank you. I shared this topic with my core leaders not too long ago, and I'm going to share it with my whole team this week. And it's all about just looking at the trends of doTERRA and looking at what the last 3 years the trends are. When are the events? When are the big promos? When is high volume months? When's low volume months? When's good enrollment months? And that sort of thing. And setting your goals and your strategic planning for the year off of that, because we know that there's good months to push for a new rank, right? We know that there's good months to rest and refocus and work on personal development. We know there's good months to start programs and trainings for your team. There's good months to launch new builders. There's, and what are those months? And do you guys know what those months are? Because it's important that you do. So I'm going to kind of go over that today. I'm going to try to keep it at 20 minutes, but I never do. I always try to keep my scopes at 20 minutes. So if it goes over 20 minutes, then always feel free to pop back on here at any time. Periscope is being nice and saving our scopes now. So let's look at the last 3 years of promos. And I feel like this is super important to do because there are trends that doTERRA likes to do. They don't tell us about it. They love surprising us. Even your diamond leaders and above have no idea what the promos are going to be. But there are some trends. So if we look back at recent trends, there is a promo that is always going on since 2014 at the beginning of January. Does anybody know what that promo is? At the beginning of January, there's always a promo. And so we're going to start with January since we have that coming up next month, and we can plan for January. That's right, Megan. Yay! Props to you guys. You know it. New year, new you. This is a really good promo, and I think it was 3 out of I have about 8 frontline leaders. 3 of them enrolled with me during this time. And this comes up January 1st. And this is the promo you enrolled with. Yes. Oh, there you go. See, who else enrolled during this promo? So we have a few people right there, 3 people. Many people enrolled during this time. This is actually a really high enrollment month. So we see a lot of people on there. I see a lot of people who have enrolled during this time. So this is when you enroll with 100. How does it go again, guys? My brain's just spaced. So you enroll with 100 and you get 100 back. And so this is through January and February. But then there's also usually a promo for the last 3 months for the first 15 days of January. Do we know what that is? There is almost 4 million wellness advocates in this, or wholesale members in this company. Enroll with 100, place 100, get 100. There you go. Thank you, Jen. Was that Jen? Frankincense is extended. That is right. So frankincense is extended. Usually it's happened the last 3 years. It's usually extended the first 15 days of January. Very good. So January usually runs all New Year, New You, and then they extend it. They've extended it it's always through January and February, okay? Then in March, we have a 200 PV promo, and this has actually been every year for the last 3 years. If we're looking at the last 3 years of trends. Our oils come from all over the world. They are actually sourced in their prime environment. So our lavender comes from Bulgaria and France, where it grows really good. Our frankincense comes from Somalia. We do have some oils that are sourced here in the US as well. Deep Blue rub and Deep Blue oil in March. That is totally right. Yes, get your pen and paper if you want, because this is good to take notes on. I was like taking notes like a mad woman when actually I do want to give credit to Kyle Kirschbaum. This is his presentation, and I'm going off of some of the notes I took from that. So Deep Blue always runs in March, and it usually is extended into April 15th, okay? And then for the incentive trip, right, we also have that starts at the beginning of March. So we have those 2 things going on in March, and then April, we have Deep Blue is extended, and then we have something else in April. What else do we have going on in April where you can get 2 free oils? 2 free oils. I don't know if he has Periscope. This was something he presented at Presidential Pursuit. Rose and Jasmine, that's right. So Rose and Jasmine in 2016, this last year, started in April. So we have New Year, New You in January and February. We have frankincense extended the first 15 days in January. And then we have the Deep Blue promo running in March and April to the 15th in April. We have last year we had the incentive contest that started at the beginning of March. And then we had in April the Rose and Jasmine. You absolutely can. We have a new membership called Wholesale Customer. And so that is usually the way that most people purchase their oils, because it's the biggest discount. And I don't let my friends and Periscope followers pay retail. So you can just click on the link in my Periscope handle if you want more information on that. So that's the first 3 months of the month, and I'm only going to talk about those because I don't want to go too far in depth with you guys. Maybe over the next 3 days I'll do quarterly goals that we can do. So let's look at the first 3 months of the year, which we have January, February, March, and we covered a little bit of April. So the promos we have in January and February, those are New Year, New You, like we just covered. And then in March, we have the Deep Blue. So what events do we have going on during this time as well? Because I, actually last March, guys, didn't we have the BOGOs? I'm pretty sure we had BOGOs last March or February because it was during leadership and I was crazy. Thankfully, I had my computer. It was in February. So they did have BOGOs in February, and there is a possibility that we'll have BOGOs in February again. So I would make sure that you write that down and you put it on your sheet somewhere and you plan for that, or you expect it in some form or fashion. So the highlights for these 3 months are high enrollment months. These are very high enrollment months, guys. These are where people are enrolling. It's the New Year, New You. Then we also have the Deep Blue that people absolutely love, and they can enroll with a Home Essential kit or above and get the Deep Blue rub and oil. So these are very high enrollment months. But how many of us have experienced these months after December and after November? Is the volume high too? Or is the volume, where are we with volume? We are kind of in the middle. So it's medium volume, high enrollment month. So you want to keep that in mind. For me personally, I will still enroll in January, but I don't know about you guys, but November and December have wiped me out. Like, I am ready for a break. So I am going to be taking the first 15 days of January and doing some rest and refocus time. It's a high enrollment month, so that means if you're not burnt out, then it's a good time to enroll people. So get out there, do classes and teach and get your leaders on board with you guys and do events and take advantage of the New Year, New You, which is an awesome, awesome promo. So you also want to think about your users, all right? We've learned even more. I've learned that I need to focus more on my amazing customers, wholesale members who simply just love the oils, because that is where actually leaders are created, and that's where builders are created as well. So I want to make sure that I'm focusing on my users and my leaders as well. So make sure that you bring them in at somehow. So I always recommend, if you have a group where you have your product users, make sure that you're doing Facebook Lives in there. My people just love watching me make recipes with the oils. They love watching my husband do different essential oil topics, and they love pictures of practical ways that I'm using the oils. And I've also started doing themed webinars for them. So this month we did oils of the Bible, and next month we'll probably do something around the lines of weight loss and cleansing. So you also want to think about your users when you're planning your goals for the next 90 days. How are you going to educate them? How are you going to teach them the value of getting them on LRP and helping them make a transformation in their lifestyle so that they can see why they need to purchase essential oils in doTERRA every single month? Teach about the supplements. That's another fabulous one to do during this quarter. Okay, teach about the supplements. People are wanting to get healthy, and they're wanting to lose weight, and they're wanting to cleanse and do a natural cleanse. So you think about themed events that you can do for your users and for your customers. And so cleansing, weight loss, new opportunities, okay? You could do it like a new opportunity webinar or a class, for your team and who wants to create an income in doTERRA this year. So make sure you're doing a combination of educating your builders and educating your team and your users. So if you are going to do a cleanse or a weight loss themed class throughout the month of January, if you are going to launch it around January 1st, then you need to make sure that you're talking about that right now. Okay, people might want to put those orders in now. I mean, if you're going to kick it off on January 1st, they got to get the products that they want. My tip is to wait on that. And the reason why is because there's some good things coming in the Slim and Sassy line that we don't know about yet. And so I've heard that they're going to be announced toward the middle of January or the beginning of January, somewhere in the first few weeks. So for me, I'm waiting till that's announced. And then I do want to do a cleanse with my team and a weight loss program with my team. So I plan on doing that for my team, and that's going to be our theme throughout January, all throughout the month of January, and probably February we'll focus a little bit on, you know, love and different things of that sort of nature. So here's some suggestions that you can actually do throughout these 3 months. You can do simple. I always think I've done different programs and different trainings, and the shorter, more attainable ones do the best. So if I do something that lasts 4 months, 6 months, I lose people. And it's usually the same people who stay committed. So I recommend if you are going to do some kind of training or program for your team, that you make it shorter and make more simple, attainable goals. You know, I've even taken this to heart as I'm launching a new builder. I'm making sure that I give them 1 step at a time. If you give somebody 10 steps, unless they're super motivated like I was, and I got through the first 10 steps in no time, then you might lose people who just feel they can't do it. So step 1, hey, make a list of 100 people, and tomorrow I'm going to text you and make sure you got that done. Can you do it in 1 day? So, and then the next day, all right, you did that. Now I want you to circle the top 45 people on your list that you want to approach first. Okay, I'm going to text you tomorrow. I'm going to make sure you did that. So I text them the next day and I say, okay, now out of those 45 people, I want you to send this text to them. All right? And before we text, let's figure out what your class date is going to be. What's your launch date? So simple baby steps is what our leaders need. Our users need that as well. All right. So do a class. So I recommend that a good time throughout January and February, because we got the new year, new you, a class contest. All right. Who can teach the most classes within January and February? And if you can, I'm going to give you a bottle of myrrh to the #1 winner. Or I'm going to give you a chocolate bar. Have you guys ever had these? These are awesome. So small baby steps. And January and February should be filled with classes, because we got the new year, new you. And not only with classes, but also educating people on supplements, okay? Because it is a month of everyone wants to get healthy, and we want to help them, and we've got a natural product that can help them. And also, if somebody's like, I don't know what I want to put on my LRP the next month, I'm like, well, you get a free $100, so you might want to think of something. Let's do a membership overview, and let's see what didn't come in your kit that you could possibly use and need. And if supplements didn't come in there, I'm writing that down for you. Okay, I'm making you try it, and guess what? You can return it after 30 days if it doesn't work for you. So a class contest is a really good thing to run for your builders and your leaders and your sharers throughout January and February. Another good time to rank up would be around March. All right, March is a time where if you want to rank up, all right, if maybe you didn't achieve it last month, maybe you don't achieve it in December. Trust me, I've been there. I know how it feels. But I just plan for the next month. So March is a good time to do that, because that's when we have the Deep Blue promo. And we're looking at the trends now, and we've seen the last 3 years. We've had Deep Blue run in March and half of April. So, and then you also can do some fun kind of themed things throughout February, special things for couples, AromaTouch education. If you are AromaTouch certified, you can do a class and teach your team about the AromaTouch so that they can now do it on other people. It's a great gift to new enrollments. It's a great gift to people who want to experience the oils, and it's a good thing to do for Valentine's Day, you know, a good thing for couples to do together. So as you are looking at these trends for the next 90 days, all right, we've talked about highlights of the month, themes that you could do, events, all right, we have leadership. So don't plan anything major, of course, during that week in leadership, because it is a time for you to refocus and to do some really big personal and business development during that week. So what program or what do you think you guys are going to utilize during these 3 months that you're going to do with your team? If anyone has any other things that I haven't mentioned, I'd love to hear them. If you have any kind of other programs for builders that you're thinking about doing, or maybe you have some other themed focus that you're going to do for your users. You know, does anyone have anything other than what I said? Because I'd love to write them down. Okay. So you are very welcome, Kens. So another thing that you want to think about is if you are going to do like a blitz. And so if you are doing a class, if you are doing like a class contest, like I said, that's a really good one, a customer appreciation evening for customers. Slim and Sassy, yes. I didn't say there was new products. I said they're making changes to the Slim and Sassy line, so I'm not sure what that means. So we'll find out. You have your oils. Now what class and make and takes are in my planner? So educating. Good. Theme classes to explain the supplements. Definitely. Yep, because that's an easy thing for people to put on that LRP after the new year, new you. Emotional, yes, emotions is really good for January. It's a hard month for a lot of people. A lot of people ride the high throughout the holidays and Christmas, and then it's like a big crash. A leadership meeting for my team in January. They all get a gift in the leadership magazine. Oh, that's a great idea to give those leadership magazines. If you're not giving those to your leaders, then you need to go buy them right now in your back office, because they are the most inspiring thing you could probably give to leaders, along with, you know, a few books. But the leadership magazines are amazing. And I just remember reading those and thinking I could never, ever, they would never want to put me in there. And I remember a year and a half ago, they contacted me about going in there, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. At what rank do you get them for free? Ooh, what do you, oh, okay. So I think it's elite and above, you get them for free. I'm pretty sure it's elite and above. They'll send that, yeah. So they'll send them out to you for free. So if you are doing a class contest, so, you know, one of the best things to do throughout January, February is to do like a class contest. Which of your leaders can do the most classes? And I don't know if you want to reward top enrollers. I like to enroll top enrollers because they work their butt off. But what could you do to incentivize them? And then maybe you want to pay for their leadership ticket. I mean, it's only $79. That's a really good one if you want to do something like that. And then also a blitz would be amazing for that. So that would be a time where you and your leaders and your business partners come together and you do a blitz, like a text blitz, where you sit down together, you guys create your list. And I don't care if you've been doing this business for 3 years like I have, I still create my list of new people I'm going to text and invite to my next class. So you guys all come together and write those lists down. If you have a local team, you guys could all do this together. Come together, write your list down, at least 100 people, and blitz them. So you text them and you write things to them in a text message, and you invite them to your classes. So get those classes scheduled now. When is the best time for you and your network to come to a class? Because my network might not be able to come to a 6 p.m. class, but they might be able to come to a 12 p.m. class while their kids are at school. So create your class schedule. And if you really, really want to go hard, I always recommend at least 2 to 3 classes a week is the way to really grow this business. And the cool thing about this business is you can grow it as fast or as slow as you want. I have many full-time people on my team who have to build it slow, and because they have to have an income and they're working full time. But I will say that if you can build it fast and quickly, you will, it's like a snowball. You will create momentum, and it will just continue to keep you going towards your goals. It's easier to build fast. But the beauty of it is that you can build however you want. So you have to hit silver by January 31st to actually go to leadership, and that is at the end of February, the beginning of March, if you're going to the east side, Orlando one. I'll be at that one. And then the west side one is in California, and that is in the middle of March. So there's two. So I encourage you guys, this will be my first scope in this series. We'll work on the next 3 months and another one in another time frame. I'll be sure to title it the right way so that when you guys see the alert, you can tune in if you want to, and we'll talk about how you can actually make your second quarter of the year, so that would be April through June, amazing. So this is a high enrollment month, April through June, and a high volume month. So this is a good time to rank advance, and this is a good time to go for your goals. So have a wonderful, wonderful time going and finishing out December, guys. Don't forget, everyone has one more day to get that holiday joy. And if you put a 200 PV order before the 15th, you'll not only get holiday joy, but you'll also get frankincense. So, and then you can get your frankincense again and again. I've already got mine 3 times this month. So I usually stock up around this time of the month, and I purchase business products that I need for incentives with the 200 PV, and then I place 1 or 2 personal orders, but I always make sure that I'm throwing in some gifts for my team, incentives as well. So plan ahead and see if maybe there are some things you could order to place an extra 200 to get that free frankincense. You might as well. So that's it, everyone. Have a wonderful, Melissa, that's right. Melissa's 180, so you add in balance, 2 lemon, and you got it. So, and rum and chamomile too. You also want to snag that. So that's it, everyone. Have a great Wednesday, good hump day, and we'll see you guys on the next scope. Bye, everyone.